Welcome to Off the Charts at Pulaski Technical College. We are very excited to bring you this virtual series that will showcase the very best in local Arkansas talent. From all sorts of genres such as music, theater, dance, poetry, and so much more, we are very proud to offer our space to these local artists and to show what amazing talent we have in this great state. For more information and a full schedule, please go to our website.
Away from me. All right, yeah, that sounds good. All set. Yo, what's up, University of Arkansas at Pulaski Tech College? Thank y'all for having me. It's always good to be here. I used to be a student here, so it's always great. This is one of the first places that I really got to find my voice as a poet. Shout out to my old mentor and professor that used to be here, Marcus Montgomery. I think it was around 2008 or 9 when he used to do Freestyle Fridays in the campus center, and he encouraged me to come out. I would come out with my notebook, and I would read my poems. So I'm so glad to be in this brand new facility and sharing my poetry with you all today. I hope you like it. If you don't, just act like you do and give me virtual likes and all that good stuff. So here we go. I'm going to do a few pieces with you. Today I have with me the world-renowned, the phenomenal musician himself, D. You can't just say his name without saying D. Gavin Hawkins. So this first piece that I'm going to do for you guys is called Black Men Cry. I wrote this piece a while ago because we live in a world where often black men like myself are only portrayed as these angry, hyper-masculine creatures, human beings. So I wanted to write this piece to express to everyone in the world that we cry too, and that we have feelings, that we have pain that we need to express, and we need safe spaces like every other human that exists on this earth. I was watching the cartoon Inside Out, right? And in that movie, it showed, and it normalized the importance of all your emotions: anger, happy, emotion, nervous, and all that, right? And I think it's important to know that every human being on this earth needs to be able to express all the ranges of their emotions. And that's what this piece is about, Black Men Cry. I'd like to speak to all the women on behalf of every black man. And today, I'd like to be totally honest. I have no emotional capacity for your sorrows or your situations. I have too much of my own baggage to borrow your burdens, and baby, believe. Usually, I'll be willing to swallow my pride to pamper and pacify your problems. But today, my sun rise on a different side of the mountain, and yes, you still matter. But today, I matter a little bit more. I've been wiping your tears for years, but today, I need you to wipe mine. No, I was never forcibly penetrated, but I too have had my innocence stolen way before I knew what it meant to be black and a man in America. I've been touched and molested in ways words can't describe. I'm still trying to figure out how being something so beautiful can be a burden that burns. To know that my life is a lottery ticket. And at any given moment, I could become some officer's paid vacation, the world's next hashtag, a face on a shirt, an excuse for a riot, some lawyer's rise to fame. I am just as much a man as any man. But I too cry rivers, enough to fill the Nile. They've been running for a while now, and no, it ain't 1858. But I've been whipped by the world too many times to keep count, and my back is about exhausted from bleeding from these here lashes. See, it's easy for you to say, suck it up, be a man, be a father. But hell, I ain't seen neither in all my days, other than Uncle Phil and Carl Winslow, but those are just shows. These roles are a lot more mental than they are tangible. It ain't no accident. There's so many black men still behave as boys because no one ever helped us to define fatherhood. We are struggling to do it ourselves while still being expected to carry you on our shoulders. See, sometimes us men, we feel inadequate, unsure if we still meet the standards of your desires. Compliment us. Remind us that we matter. Affection. It doesn't just begin or end with the width of our arms wrapped around your body. Your touch is desired just as much. Fill us up with love so we're never half empty. See, sometimes it feels as if our ribs and our backbones are missing and it ain't no sunshine when you're gone. Know that you are and always will be the key to our peace of mind. If there's ever a time that we're quiet or unpredictable, angry, frustrated, know that we are crying on the inside because we too feel pain. I once heard someone say that crying is like taking your soul to the laundromat. And us men, we are well overdue for a cleansing. Again, women, we've been wiping your tears for years. But today, we need you to wipe ours. So that's that piece, Black Men Cry. I hope that you all received that message. It's something that's dear to me because I am personally one of those men who cries a lot. Every time I watch The Notebook, no matter how many times I watched it, I shed a little man tear, all right? And I want you to hold me when I cry, all right? Amen, hallelujah. So that's that piece. So this next piece I'm going to get into, this next piece is called Blackboard Blues. And it's a piece that I wrote some years ago as well that really talked about my fear for black boys in America. I remember being a kid. I think I was 16 driving a car. And I remember being very traumatized at a very early age seeing blue lights behind me, right? I remember I got pulled over for the first time, man. I was sweating. And that's unfair to be a black boy in America, a black man, and to be so fearful of your life in a place that's supposed to be your home. To be judged, so illy because of your color, because of, what you look like, because of your financial status, your social class. So this piece right here, Blackboard Blues, it really hit my heart in the writing process because I'm the father of 2 black boys. And here's the piece. Black boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Black boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? They say your life don't matter, so they take it away and send you off in your casket. Call your mammy and pappy, tell them call up the pastor, 'cause your baby is gone with the wind. Black boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? They say your life don't matter, so they take it away and send you off in your casket. Call your mammy and pappy, tell them call up the pastor, 'cause your baby is gone with the wind. I'm afraid for every black boy born. Because the moment they are removed from their mother's wombs, they're already at war. They're already branded X for extinction, expected to be sentenced to life or death by 25, orange jumpsuits and caskets laid out by the time they arrive. I've attended more funerals in cemeteries and in prison yards than I've attended high school graduations. I've shed enough tears to fill the Nile River. These black boys, they are drowning in society's rapid waters like Katrina victims. They are waiting for FEMA to save them. I'm afraid for every black boy born. When my son gets older, our conversations will resemble Army basic training. I'll tell him, dress like you were interviewing for a job every day of your life. Wear your pants on your waist. Tuck your shirt and don't you dare wear hoodies in unfamiliar places. Forward, march, walk with determination. Like you were determined to reach your destination. Hold your head up high so your eyes are visible, so your vision can be shared. About face. If your peers attempt to interrupt your balance with bashful decisions, make a 180-degree turnaround and reject them from your presence. In other words, turn your passengers into pedestrians if their presence isn't purposeful to your progression. Attention! Answer police officers with "Sir, a man." And if they respond with hostility, refrain from mirroring their ignorance and raising your voice. Don't make sudden moves. Know that they are looking for a reason to harm you. It's something about the beauty of your pigment that makes you a target for injustice. Why? Why are black boys often used as target practice? Why are black boys often bombed like 16th Street Baptist churches in Birmingham with no regard for the youth inside their temples? Why are Tyrones, Bobbies, and Willies lynched daily like strange fruit by judicial systems in business or privately owned prisons? See, I've yet to receive adequate answers for these here questions, so I'm afraid for every black boy born. I'm afraid that they will be burglarized of their youth-filled lives before they have had the opportunity to step into adulthood. I'm afraid that too many wrong places and wrong times coexist for them. I'm afraid that they'll become casualties due to color lines of fire. I am not prepared to dress their tombstones with rose bushes. I'm afraid for every black boy born. I'm afraid that my black son will one day grow old enough to let go of my hand and cross the street on his own. But if I'm being honest, I'm terrified that my black son might not come home. So thank y'all for listening to that piece. Yeah, we got to do better. As a people in this country, we got to do better. Black boys should not have to fear for their lives just because. This next piece I'm going to share, so I'm a father of sons and daughters. I love them all the same, though. All right, I don't have favorite children. Sometimes I do. We all have favorite children sometimes. All right, let's be honest about it. All right, the truth is the truth. All right, it is. But this next piece, it's about my daughter, man. I remember I picked her up from school, and I think she was really young, maybe 5 or 6 years old. I think I was picking her up from a pre-K program, and you'll hear in the poem what she told me. But she was telling me about being picked on at school. So I went home and wrote a piece for her. And and she's heard it several times. One time she interrupted me and she was like, no, I said what the bully said in the poem. And she was like, no, the bully said, you said it wrong, Daddy. The bully said this. I'm like, baby, I had to exaggerate it a little bit for dramatic purposes. All right, cool. All right. So this piece is for my daughter, Riley. And yeah, I hope she loves it. Hope when she grows older, she comes back to this footage and sees that my daddy wrote a poem for me. Ooh, my daddy wrote that poem for me. Did your daddy write a poem for you? Because my daddy wrote a poem for me. All right. This poem was for Riley, and I want her to know, and I want every daughter out there to know that you're beautiful, just the way that you are, and you don't have to catch up with the world, with Instagram, with Instagram models, with Facebook, none of that. You're beautiful the way that you are, right? You don't have to be the type of beautiful that somebody else is, right? The beautiful that you are is the beautiful that you are. And that's all that matters. Here we go. Don't you know that you're beautiful? Don't you know that you're gorgeous? Don't you know that you're fine? Don't you know you're magnificent? Don't you know, don't you know, don't you know, don't you know? Don't you know, don't you know? Don't you know that you're beautiful? Don't you know that you're gorgeous? Don't you know that you're magnificent? Don't you know that you're fine? Oh. So the other day, true story, my daughter tells me, Daddy, I don't want to go to school no more. So I look at him like, baby, and why not? She says, because the other kids, they laugh at me and they say that I got a head like a light bulb. So I told her, don't allow their tainted tongues to tremble or trouble your throne, because baby, you are a queen. And there is no need to metamorph into metaphors and compare yourself to people or things that you aren't like, because baby, you are a circle. You're well-rounded, 360 degrees of perfection. And society's perception of what beauty is will attempt to anorex your self-esteem until there's nothing of you left. And Maybelline will attempt to make you believe that you need makeup to cover the girl you are to become a woman of worth. And boys will attempt to use your beauty as target practice, aiming to convince themselves and their peers that they are the men that they've yet to learn how to be. But keep your eye on that bull. I just need you to be prepared. Because baby, when you are in positions of power, peasants will always be on the prowl for your place, but remind them that you are irreplaceable. Stand your ground. And don't you be bothered by those bulldozers of bitterness attempting to twin tower collapse your confidence. Use that sticks and stones as stepping stones for your stairway to success. Shine bright like a diamond. And although you are the earth's hardest and most precious substance, you are still as soft as sunny Sunday mornings. It's all right to allow tears to leak from the windows to your soul, but cry yourself a river. But always remember to smile, because your smile, it takes fresh breaths of air from lungs and resuscitates life into lost and lifeless souls. See, you give birth to better days just by simply waking up in the morning. You are important. And you already matter just as much as matter and oxygen and carbon dioxide. You are a pot of gold. Your thoughts are winning lottery tickets. Your mind is worth millions. So don't waste your time, your mind, your money, worrying about those other kids. And y'all, after all that was said, my daughter looked at me, and I looked at her, and she looked at me, and I looked at her. It was a looking battle. And I said, baby, I know you're only 5 years old. And a lot of what I'm saying right now may not make any sense at all. But always know that you are beautiful. That you are a queen. And there is never a need to metamorph into metaphors and compare yourself to people or things that you aren't like. Because you are a circle. You're well-rounded. 360 degrees of perfection. And baby, I don't know if anybody's ever told you, but you would never fit in. So you should go ahead and start right now and get used to standing out. Cause you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're fine. Don't you know, don't you know, don't you know that you're beautiful? Don't you know that you're gorgeous? Don't you know that you're magnificent? Don't you know, don't you know, don't you know that you're beautiful? So thank y'all for listening to that piece. But for real, I want you to know that you're beautiful, man. Like, I know more than any time ever in our life, in history, right? We have a lot of people, women and men, questioning their beauty, questioning their value, questioning their significance in the world. But again, like I just said in that poem, you're beautiful the way that you are. All right? And that may okay, let's clear that up. Some people are ugly because of the insides, so you need to work on some stuff. All right? We always are works of art in progress. All right? So do the work. All right? If you need to work on something, be honest with yourself and work on it. But again, you're beautiful. All right? Amen. Hallelujah. All right. Oh, this next piece. Black Men Cry, I wrote for me and all the black men in the world. The Blackboard Blues, I wrote for my son and for black boys. The piece, My Daughter, I obviously wrote for my daughter. But here I am. Right now, it's time for some self-love. This piece called I Prayed for You is a piece that I wrote for myself. So this piece is like a conversation in the mirror to me, to Chris James, because I battled with depression, with trauma for a long time. So this piece right here was if I was a visual artist, I would call it self-portrait. So here we are. It's been a while since I last prayed for me. But last night, I prayed for you. I prayed for your sanity to remain a resident. I noticed depression moved in and made a house out of your heart, a backyard out of your mind. I watched happy knocking at the door, but you ain't got up off the couch to answer. You and anxiety been busy watching reruns of your downfalls. Depression has lowered the blinds and closed the curtains, allowing no light in your house. Your heart has become a dark space, a stranger to the other side of night. It appears that you've become numb to the feeling, to feeling anything and everything is ugly. Nothing possesses the same beauty it once did, according to the windows or the eyes that you see out of. Spring is no different from winter or autumn or fall. Leaves always fall. Grass ain't ever green. Flowers don't ever blossom to bloom. Ain't no sunshine even when she ain't gone. I hear that old boy depression introduced you to suicide. Say that y'all be spending late nights together, talking about all the ways to visit death, like taking flights off top of a bridge or cutting across your wrist or driving into a lake, as if death was a mathematician and can somehow solve your problems. Last night, I prayed for you until my knees were bleeding from blisters. And when God finally showed up, he said you wouldn't even let him in. Told him that he wasn't welcome here anymore. Said your company slammed a door in his face. Who the hell is Misery anyway? He ought to learn some manners. Was only supposed to stay for one night, but somehow now got a toothbrush in your bathroom. You need to learn to speak up for yourself and kick them out your house. It seems like every day there's a party being thrown in your mind. Your backyard is full of baggage, filled with trash, filled with burdens and baggage that don't even belong to you. But you always seem to be the only one left to clean it up. Ain't you tired of having that reoccurring dream? You know, the one when it's flooding in your house. And then you notice that all the water is actually your own tears. And the life jacket is full of weights, but you always put it on anyway. And you drown. Ain't you tired of drowning in your own tears? How long until you stop playing victim and finally win? How long until you start wading in these waters and finally swim? You know, dry land ain't far. The shore is right there. The sun been ready to set, but you gotta stop all of this rain. There's a rainbow after your storm, with a pot of gold and dancing leprechauns at the bottom. Can't you hear the ringing of church bells and choirs singing, trying to cast out all of your demons? I hear them screaming and gasping for air. But you gotta stop letting them suck up all of your air. I hear that Happy, that he really misses you. He told me to tell you that he wishes he can move back in and be friends like y'all were back before you allowed depression to be your roommate. I heard he don't pay rent anyway. Just smoke a lot of weed, leave ashes and seeds all around the house. You might as well kick him out. Oh, but you know, Happy always used to buy groceries, provide you with so much nourishment. But nowadays, you're so empty and starving to be fed, to be with happy again. Yo, you do know that happy is literally on the other side of the door, and all you got to do is get up off of this couch and answer. So that was that piece. I pray for you, and I hope that you can relate to that. You don't have to lose to depression, and you don't have to lose to whatever you're going through. You don't have to lose to any of those obstacles. You can very much win. All right. And one of the ways that I've gotten through my depression is, number one, accepting, that something was wrong and that I wasn't, although, I think I'm strong and that I can do it, that I didn't have to do it by myself. So I'm a huge advocate for mental health and therapy. So I've spent a lot of hours going to therapy and talking through a lot of my pain and my depression. So for those who know me and follow my story, I got 2 brothers in prison for 25 and 40 years. And that happened when I was 16. That same year, I had a son. I became a daddy, 16. And, and all of that really hit me real hard. And I went a long time in my 20s thinking I was okay. But once I went to therapy, I was able to trace back. That's why I'm so angry. That's one of the reasons, that I'm in pain. But I was able to get through that with help. All right. So if you're somebody out there in the world who is struggling, right, and you may look good on the outside, like people post on social media all the time, check on your strong friends. You may be the strong friend, but it's okay to exhibit weakness. It's okay to feel. It's okay to be in pain, but don't stay there, all right? Don't stay there. You don't have to stay there, all right? Don't drown in it. Learn to swim, all right, and get to the shore, all right? So this last piece, I hope you all have enjoyed me thus far. If not, like I said, act like you did anyway, all right? Act like it's the most amazing stuff. Like, reshare this video, comment, leave likes, all that good stuff. Shout out to all 29,000 people in the crowd. Okay, yeah, that did y'all hear him? I heard him. I hope you heard him. It was amazing. I wish y'all was actually here in the building. Beyonce's here, Jay-Z. What's up, Barack? Hey, Barack Obama's here, It's a special occasion. All that good stuff. We got a lot of good folks here. And you are here. You are the most special in all of the audience. And that's crazy. Wow, how did I get here? Because this last poem, is called You. And this piece is about you being enough, being where you are. All right? This piece is a reminder to you, because maybe nobody's told you in the last couple of days or weeks or months or years or ever that you matter, that you are significant, that you got a lot to do in this world, that you have purpose, that you are phenomenal. If ain't nobody told you that, Christopher Edward James, that's my name. I never told anybody that, but I like y'all, so I'm telling you. That's my whole name. I ain't saying it again. If you didn't catch it, too bad. I'm here to tell you that you are amazing. And you may find yourself looking at the world and looking at your classmates with brand new cars or a new husband or wife and babies and houses and cars and money and all the things that you think you deserve too. But I want you not to measure your happiness, your success, and your value based on what everything else is going on around you. Don't base it off the world. Don't base it off your friends and your family, right? Because your happiness and your success is measured by you. So tap into you. Untapped from the world, untapped from everybody else around you. Because where you are right now, where I am right now, what Gavin is right now is where he is supposed to be. It's where I'm supposed to be. It's where you're supposed to be. So don't give up, because you got a lot to do. And smile, because you got a lot of reasons to smile. To smile for you, you got a lot to live for you. You got a lot to do, so you can't give up now. You got a lot to smile for you. You got a lot to live for you. You got a lot to do, so you can't give up now. You got a lot to smile for you. You got a lot to live for you. You got a lot to do, so you can't give up now. You got a lot to smile for you. Sing it with me. You got a lot to live for you. You got a lot to do, so you can't give up now. So this is a poem for all the humans right now who are watching, all the humans who ever had the nerve to question their own existence. You know, God called my iPhone 12, and he told me to tell you that he designed you imperfect on purpose. There is nothing in your mirror you should question. Your flaws are beautiful. Accept them. Don't listen to what them naysayers be telling. Tell them that you ain't buying what they selling. Because what you already got is a top quality, an unbuyable commodity. Came straight from the source when you were born. You were pure gold when you popped from your mother's belly. Ain't nothing you need missing. You are extraordinarily exquisite. You perfect in that picture. You hang on the walls of hearts like art. There is no need to alter your image for the rest of your days. Be bold and resilient. In the toughest of times, I want you to rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Your presence is a present on Christmas. It's anticipated by many. They sit and wait on your arrival like children wait on Santa to come down the chimney. Your entrance into the room is grand. There is nothing about you minuscule. You are well-rounded. 360, no degrees missing. For the rest of your days, hold your head up high as if you are on a mission, because you are. You got a purpose, and you are on purpose. Don't live life like you're an accident. You are fully insured. So rest assured that your greatness is already written in stone. I saw a man who was homeless and hungry, but y'all, he was smiling from cheek to cheek. When in my opinion, he had too good reasons to complain. But his joy is a reminder that there was always a ray of sunshine somewhere. And just because you don't see it immediately, don't mean it ain't there. Sometimes you gotta open your eyes. Lean in and look a little bit closer. There is always beauty in the blemishes, behind the borders of the basics in the background, like a background singer with just as much gift from God as the girls and the guys in the back. And just because they shine bright, don't make your light dim. Stop comparing. You are not like them. And just because they got it doesn't mean you don't. Sometimes you just got to be patient, because maybe your miracle is marinating. Your blessing is still baking, and you can't rush perfection. God is an artist, so respect his. Come here. Come here. You are a magnificent masterpiece, made in the image of the Most High. And with the faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. Now that's magic. So can you tell me why you're worrying when you're supposed to be the child of a warrior? You know you got it, right? Everything you ever desired is already inside your heart. There was no need for a Wizard of Oz when all you got to do is open your eyes and to realize that it's always been right there inside of you the entire time. You and you and you got a lot to smile for. You got a lot to live for. You got a lot to do, so you can't give up now. You got a lot to smile for. You got a lot to live for. You got a lot to do, so you can't give up now. You got a lot to smile for. You got a lot to live for. You got a lot to do, so you can't give up now. I love you. I hope you're courageous enough to love yourself enough to love yourself. Thank everybody for watching, for tuning in. I hope that you were able to take at least one something from this performance by myself and Mr. Gavin Hawkins. Thank you again to the University of Arkansas at Pulaski Tech College for allowing this platform. Shout out to Charts, the Center of Humanities and Arts, for creating a platform for artists like myself here in North Little Rock, Arkansas, to have a platform to share our art with the hopes of inspiring people in the community and the world. So hopefully everybody in the world sees this, right? And they're inspired by it in some way, all right? So again, thank you all so much. Keep being great. Until next time.